Well, this week, the country has reflected on former President Jimmy Carter's life and legacy. Tonight, 12 News journalist Colleen Sikora is sharing how one author in Prescott is reflecting on his interaction with the 39th president.
The cover's story.
We wanted to do something more, tell the kids' stories.
Indicative of the work of military kids enclosed inside.
During the war, when it was starting up in Iraq and so forth, I would go to Camp Pendleton, a Marine base, Southern California, and I would see the Marines leaving, saying goodbye to their families and their kids.
Mike Rothmiller, one of the co-editors of My Hero, Military Kids Write About Their Moms and Dads, released in 2008.
It can't hurt to ask, but I'll ask all the living president, the former presidents, if they would write it forward.
Including former President Jimmy Carter.
And I said, listen, this is what we're doing for the ASYMCA. All the proceeds are going to help the kids who live on military bases with different activities. And we'd like to know if the president would be willing to write a foreword for the book. Literally instantly, nearly instantly said, yes, he'll do it.
Soon speaking with the 39th president.
He said, well, what do you need? And I said, well, this is what we would like, but it's up to you what you want to say. And he said, okay, fine. About a day later, 2 days later, get a fax. Is this okay?
But an email reply wasn't the end of the conversation.
About a week or so later, I get a call at home. I said, he says, hello, this is Mike? And I go, yes. He said, this is President Carter. I wanted to know if it was okay what I wrote for you, you guys. And I said, yeah, it's wonderful. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
The character of former President Carter, evidenced beyond the words written.
He was just very humble about it. Just like if you're talking to your grandfather and you want to make sure you got that note and that it's correct.
More evidence of Carter's life post-presidency, his life beyond his title.
How he looked at himself maybe as a very humble man, said, hey, listen, I was president, that was 4 years. The rest of my life is my life. And how can I benefit other people? And I think that's probably the best takeaways, that he was looking to help other people.
Colleen Sikora, 12 News.
And Jimmy Carter was laid to rest Thursday in a private funeral in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. The 39th president was buried next to his beloved wife of 77 years and former First Lady, Rosalind Carter.